like an old school Chevy. They don't make them like you no more, no more. Like a handwritten letter, you know you're worth much more. Girl, I adore. So original, girl, it ain't nothing that I wouldn't do. You know I'm feeling you, baby, you deserve a pedestal.
What's up guys, welcome back. Today I got a ponytail pop in. It's not as sleek as I want it to be because I didn't get to tie it down for that long, so we're just going to finesse it later on. So today's video is going to be a full face of Fenty. That's what everyone voted that they wanted. If you guys didn't follow my Instagram, follow me so you guys can let me know video suggestions and stuff in real time. So now that my face is nice and moisturized, we're going to put foundation on and get this horrible demarcation line from a concealer gone. So I'm going to use my Fenty foundation in 450 and I'm just going to apply that to my face. And this foundation is almost perfect to my skin tone. It is a little red, but it settles down really nicely. I just love the way the Fenty foundation makes my skin look. Now for eyes, I'm gonna do something really simple. I don't have any Fenty eyeshadow, so I'm actually just gonna pick up the bronzer in Mocha Mami. So Mocha Mami is like a really nice like reddish brown shade. So I'm just gonna use a blending brush and just throw it in my crease. And I'm just using circular motions and just going back and forth. I'm kind of tempted to put a little bit of a shimmer on my eyes. I don't have any Fenty eyeshadows like I said, so I'm going to go into one of my highlighters. I'm going to use the shade Blaze. Really nice like rose gold highlighter. It's super pretty, and I'm probably going to focus it on more of like the inner part of my eyelid. Look at that pigment. Ooh, this is super pretty. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to need some water just to make sure that, because this is the loose highlighter, we want the product to sit on our eye. We don't want it to start moving about, just like you would do with a brush. If you're going to dampen your brush and apply some eyeshadow, it's the same thing, but obviously I'm using my finger, so it's a bit awkward. But yeah, look at that pigment. It's actually ridiculous. Like, what? I literally stand my products. So that's how we look right now. I'm really loving it. I can't wait to put on lashes. So I'm actually going to go into this Revolution palette and use just a little bit of like maybe this shade and this shade, just to make sure that that highlighter on my eyes is set down, because again, this highlight is not eyeshadow, so you just want to make sure it's sealed in. Now I'm going to throw it on lashes. Is that the whoa? So today for lashes, we're going to go back into some Shai Beauty stuff. I'm going to use a dollface.
Undead to society later.
I need to invest in some lash curlers because I feel like if I had lash curlers, they would look even more popping. But this is dollface. Super cute. Definitely giving me that doll vibe. I'm using my Fenty Beauty concealer in the shade 410. The concealers are just like the foundation, so they're quite matte. Like, they have a very matte finish. So again, make sure you moisturize underneath. So we're just gonna apply concealer how we usually would. And I do like to apply quite a lot of concealer. That's just my personal preference. My preference, not yours, mine, period. I'm gonna use my damp Real Technique sponge, but let me blend this before it dries. And the Fenty concealer is nice. It's not my favorite concealer though, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's not like my fave, but it is a nice concealer. It definitely has coverage and gives you a nice finish, but it's not my favorite. I'm actually gonna put a little bit more. Not that I need any more I don't need to be any brighter, but just a little bit more coverage. Now, I don't have any Fenty matchsticks. I didn't think that through because I would have went to Boots. So we just gonna act like we have a Fenty matchstick, okay? Because it would have done the same thing. I'm just gonna blend out this concealer now. I love wearing ponytails and do my makeup because I feel like I can see my face. Sometimes when I wear frontals, I feel like it's just so much in my face that I don't get to like really get into my forehead or like the sides of my face. Like usually around here, like you got your frontal and you don't want to really touch it. Go ahead and blend right here. Well, I actually haven't done like an actual Fenty face probably since months ago, so I'm actually liking how it's coming out. It's actually pretty cute. But now that our concealer is done and we've done like our first layer of like contouring bronzing, we're gonna set our under eyes with the Fenty powder in the shade Honey. I like to start with a little and then build up just because I don't want to look too powdery. You just want to apply just enough for what you need, and also obviously depending on what skin types you have. Just make sure it's not getting too oily, because usually around this time, I don't know if you guys can see, above my brows has a bit of a glow. We're going to go in and bronze, and of course we're going to go in with Mocha Mami, which we used in our crease. We used a really nice powder brush. It's kind of dense but not too much, has a nice like tapered look, and we're just going to bronze. So I like to go right here, just apply it and then swirl downwards like that. And I've got a lot of forehead to cover now, so we're going to move on to our nose contour, and obviously we're going to use our Fenty concealer. So that's my face done. You know what just came across my mind? My highlight shade Blaze kind of gives me Fenty. The highlight shade she has, the pinky highlight shade, Must Go Mule. It kind of gives me that vibe. So now I'm just going to use the Fenty powder and just go underneath my bronzer, just to give it a little bit of definition. It's so dark and gloomy in London. Like I was hoping get a little sunshine so I get a little cute little selfie or whatever. No, it's June 19th and it is rainy. Now we're going to finish up our eyes. I'm gonna go back into the bronzer. I use this brush, it's like a really flat brush, so I'm just gonna go underneath just here. I'm just gonna blend away this extra powder. Do you know what, guys? I'm actually gonna build up my lower lash line because I feel like the bronzer is a nice shade, but I feel like I want to bring it up a bit. So I'm gonna go into the Revolution palette. I'm probably gonna use a little bit of this pink shade just to make it a little bit more like, just make it pop a little bit. So I'm just gonna use that just to make it a little bit more like, just to get it to pop a little bit more. So now I'm going to go back in with my Blaze highlighter that we used on our lid, and I'm just going to use that as an inner tear duct shade. So now I'm just going to highlight our skin. I'm going to use the same shade we used on our lid, which is Blaze. This gives me a very nice like warm highlight because it's like that really nice rose gold colour. And then for lips, we're just going to use a brown liner. I'm going to use our Fenty Gloss Bomb. And I like to layer my lip gloss, so I have quite a lot. This is the finished makeup look. I think it's super cute. So yeah. This is the finished look. I really like it. I think the really like simple, like pretty shimmery eye is so pretty, and I don't usually do looks like this because I just feel like it's hard to do like the more natural finish on the skin. I literally almost forgot to do my beauty spots. Like, come on. Like, now I'm looking at my skin, I think Fenty is going to be like my summer makeup routine because it looks like it's really comfortable. I don't feel like I have too much on my skin and it just gives a nice finish. I don't know if it's because I have a ponytail and I don't have my frontal and I'm just seeing my whole face for a change, or if it's, I don't know. But I'm really liking how the products, not even just my eyeshadow, but how like the concealer, the bronzer, the foundation, and even the powders just like really set into my skin. I really like that. Liking it. And also like my skin, especially like my forehead area, is looking kind of dewy. I don't usually like a dewy look on me, but it looks kind of cute. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this full face of Fenty. Don't forget to give me a nice thumbs up, subscribe, turn your notifications on so you guys can see more of my face, more of my uploads, and I'll see you guys next time.